In a land torn by hardship and uncertainty, three women from different walks of life found themselves drawn together by a single, unwavering purpose: to give God their absolute best, no matter the cost. Their names were Hannah, Ruth, and Mary of Bethany, women known for their faith, their sacrifice, and their love for God. Hannah, the prayer of surrender. Hannah was a woman of sorrow. She longed for a child but remained barren for years. Every year, she traveled to the temple in Shiloh with her husband, Elkanah, and offered sacrifices. But her heart ached, and she wept bitterly before the Lord. One day, in deep anguish, she made a vow. "Lord Almighty, if you will only look on your servant's misery and give me a son, then I will give him to you for all the days of his life." 1 Samuel 1 verse 11. God heard her cry and gave her a son, named Samuel. True to her word, she brought him to the temple as soon as he was weaned. She could have held on to the gift God had given her, but instead, she gave her best, her long-awaited son, back to the Lord. Her sacrifice was great, but her faith was greater. And because of her obedience, Samuel became one of Israel's greatest prophets. Ruth, the loyalty of love. Ruth was a Moabite, a foreigner with no claim to the promises of Israel. After her husband died, she had a choice: return to her homeland and start a new life, or stay with her grieving mother-in-law, Naomi, and serve the God of Israel. Her answer was bold. "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God my God." Ruth 1 verse 16. With nothing but faith, she left everything behind. She worked tirelessly in the fields to provide for Naomi and trusted in God's provision. Her faith and sacrifice did not go unnoticed. God led her to Boaz, a kinsman redeemer, who married her and secured her future. Ruth's faithfulness became part of a divine plan. She gave her best. Her loyalty, her love, and her trust, and God placed her in the lineage of King David and ultimately, Jesus Christ. Mary of Bethany, the costly gift. Mary of Bethany was known for her devotion to Jesus. Unlike her sister, Martha, who was often busy with preparations, Mary sat at Jesus' feet, listening to his words. She understood that to give God her best, she had to give him her full attention. But her greatest act of devotion came when she took an alabaster jar of expensive perfume worth a year's wages and poured it on Jesus' feet. The fragrance filled the house, and the disciples were angry and upset. "Why this waste?" they asked. This perfume could have been sold and the money given to the poor. Matthew 26 verses 8 to 9. But Jesus defended her, saying, "She has done a beautiful thing to me. She poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial." Mark 14 verses 6 to 8. Mary understood what others did not. Jesus was worth everything. She gave her best, and her act of worship would be remembered for generations. Giving God your best at all costs. Hannah surrendered her most precious gift. Ruth sacrificed her past for an uncertain future. Mary offered her treasure in extravagant worship. Each woman faced a choice: hold back or give their all. Each chose faith, and in return, God blessed them beyond measure. Their stories remind us that when we put God first and give Him our best, no sacrifice is wasted. It is in surrender that we find blessing, in faith that we find provision, and in worship that we find eternal reward.